Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome to Basic Engineering Mathematics. That is chapter number 2. That its name of the chapter is the fractions. And let's take a look at the topics that we are going to discuss today. Basically, we are going to discuss the order of the precedence with fractions. This topic is already explained in details when we are discussing the chapter number 1. But now we are going to discuss what happens when these are the fractions in the case. In the previous episodes, last 2 episodes of this chapter, we explained the basic operations and we applied the basic operations of, for example, addition, subtraction, multiplication, division on the fractions. And let's see what happens when all of these terms comes together, and in the case of the fractions, and is the Bode-MS rule works on them or not. And Bode-MS rules, once again recap the Bode-MS rule. B stands for the brackets, O stands for the orders in the form of the powers, D stands for the division, M stands for multiplication, A stands for addition, and S stands for subtraction. Please note that the order means that in the form of the squares, in the form of cubes, or most of the times this doesn't come in the basic cases. It becomes complex, and we are not discussing the complex case anyway. Let's start from the simplest example, and the theory is already explained, so we are not going in details with the theory and not wasting the time because Bode-MS rule is already explained. So we are just starting the example. Okay, simplify the 7 by 20 minus 3 by 8 multiply 4 by 5. So Bode-MS rule is used, and 7 by 20 as it is, you can see that according to the Bode-MS rule, BODM, M stands for multiplication, so we have to first solve the multiplication, and we can use the bracket here to separate this multiplication process until the multiplication process is solved, and till we can use the bracket so that we cannot mix up this with the outer signs, because this is a very simplified case, so we are not getting confused. And I'm giving you this tip because when we move towards the more complex cases, in most of the time this tip may help you a lot of the times when you are solving the complex cases. So here we are going to solve the multiplication. As you can see, that 3 by 8 multiplied by 4 by 5, and this is a 4 1 the 4 into 1 4, and 4 multiplied by 2, that is 8. So we are using to cancel out this process called cancellation. And 7 by 20 minus 3 by 2 multiplied by 1 by 8, this is after the cancellation, it becomes 1, and here it becomes 2, and the denominators are multiplied with themselves, that is 5 into 2 10, and numerator 3 into 1, that is simply 3. And now there is just subtraction. 7 we just have to calculate the LCM, so least common multiple. The least common multiple can be already explained, so we are not going to we are not going to in details, but just recap. 10 multiplied by 1 10, and multiplied by 2, that is 20, and 10 multiplied by 3, that is 30. So the common multiple, you can see that 20 multiplied by 1 20, so the common multiple is the 20. So 7 as it is, and how many by which number we multiply 20, it becomes 20, that is 1. If we multiply with 20 with 1, then it becomes 20, so we can write it here 1. Negative sign as it is, 3 as it is, and we need to by which number we multiply 10, and to make it 20 we should need 2. 10 is multiplied with 2, it becomes 20, so put it here 2. So after multiplication or simplification, 7 into 1 7, minus 3 to 2 6, and that is divided by 20, and 7 minus 6, that is 1 by 20. This is the answer of the example number 1. Let's take a look at another example, that is example number 2. Simplify 1 by 4 minus, this is the mixed number, multiply 5 by 8 plus 9 by 10. This is a little bit complex case, and you just have to first of all change the mixed numbers to improper fractions and then apply the same Bode-MS rule. The rule is same again, Bode-MS. Simplifying the 2 multiplied by 5, and then 10, it becomes 10, and 10 is then added with the 1. This is the simplified rule to convert the mixed numbers into the improper fractions. So it becomes 2 into 5 into 2 plus 1, that is 10 plus 1, and that is 11 by 5. So 1 by 4 as it is, as you can see that in the previous question, that is the 1 by 4 as it is. In the next slide you can see that this is the 1 by 4 as it is. So negative sign is already as it is as in the previous case. And now this 1 by 5 is now changed and replaced with 11 by 5. Here this is replaced with 11 by 5. Next all the terms are as it is. Multiply 5 by 8 plus 9 by 10. You can see that multiply 5 by 8 plus 9 by 10. We are going to solve this because here multiplication is going to solve first, so we are used again the bracket to solve this first. So but before solving, remember that if there is any cancellation, then cancel it first to make it simple. So 5 is cancelled with 5, and here 1 and 1. So 11 multiplied by 1, 11, and 8 is multiplied by 1, that is also 8. So 1 by 4 minus 11 by 8 plus 9 by 10. Now the next step is, here you can see that the multiplication is already performed. Now just addition and subtraction. So addition is performed first. As you can see, star is already mentioned on A. It means we are going to perform addition here first. So these are 9 by 10 is also a positive number, that is going to add in 1 by 4 first. So 1 by 4 plus 9 by 10, take the 11 by 8 to the other side. LCM of the 10 and 4 is 20. So after this is a simplified process. I'm not going to explain once again and again because they already explained. So minus 1 by 11 by 8. So in the next slide, this is 5 plus 18, so on, and now in the last time we are going to solve just subtraction. So the LCM of the 8 and 20 is 40. Make sure that you know about the LCM, because LCM, least common multiple, is very important. That's why I said that first of all start revising your concepts if you don't have, because in most of the cases in most of the exams you are not allowed maybe calculator, or your calculator may go out of order or any other reason. These basic questions you must know how to solve, because at that time if you do you don't need if you do not have any calculator or any help like calculations, or so basic things may be creating some problem, a lot of problem, you can say that. So make sure you know about the basic concept. Anyway, this is the LCM is 40 and 23 as it is writing. Then by which number we have to multiply with 20 to make it 40, that is 2. When 2 is multiplied with 20, it becomes 40. Negative sign as it is, 11 as it is, this is 11. Okay, 8 is multiplied with 5 to make it become the result for 40. Then write it 5. 23 is multiplied by 2, that becomes 46, and minus as it is, and 11 multiplied by 5, 55 divided by 40. And you can see that the negative quantity is in higher has higher magnitude here, so the answer is minus 9. So minus can also be written here along with the 9, but it can also be write the separate and in parallel with this you can see that with the bracket, sorry, with this equation, or 9 by 40. So this is basically same thing. So if you can write parallel with fraction or with 9, these are the basically same things, so there is no difference. Okay, this is a mistake. I'm sorry. Here basically XCD, not double X, mixed numbers to improper fraction. This is the step number 1. While we are going to solve a little bit another, take a look at another example we had solved here, and to clear your further concepts, because the examples we had discussed here in details, to make sure your concepts are clear. And you can see that this is a little bit complex example as compared to the previous example. So first of all we have to clear this mixed number and change it to improper fraction. Then you can see that there are two brackets available. This is the one bracket and this is another package of the bracket. So we can solve the brackets one by one, or we can solve the brackets simultaneously. This is the no problem. Either we can solve this bracket first, or we can solve the second bracket here, but this doesn't make any problem, and we can also solve these brackets simultaneously. So converting these two into 4 plus 1, 5 by 2, and put it here 5 by 2 right here, and replace 2 and 1 by 2 with 5 by 2 minus. Solving this bracket, take a look at this question, that is LCM. We need basically once again LCM of 5 and 4, that is 20. So this is again 20 LCM. These are the two simplified numbers that are added, and 2 is as it is, and 4 how it becomes 4. This is because 5 here is 5, so when 5 is multiplied with 4, then it becomes 20, so write it here 4, then plus 3 and 5. Why it is 5? You can see that here, because this its denominator is 4. When 4 is multiplied with 5, then it becomes 20, so write in here 5. Again division sign as it is. So next we are going to solve this simultaneously to save this time. And here you can see that very simple. This is the multiplication. While in multiplication you can see that first of all we need to solve it via cancellation, because you can see that this is 2 can be cancelled with 2. When we are divided with 2, that becomes 1, and when we can divide it with 2 to make it 4. So 1 by 4 it becomes after cancellation process. So 5 multiplied by 1, 4 multiplied by 3, denominator and denominators are multiplied with themselves, numerator themselves, 5 by 2 minus after this multiplication signs, clearing 8 plus 15 and so on. So this is very simple. Now here you can see that we had after simplification all of this process, it becomes 5 by 2 minus 23 by 20 divided by 5 by 20. Now we have to use DMAS rule. Because B is already solved, brackets order is not available here, then next is available is DMAS division. Here you can see that this is a division. Use the brackets here sign and cover it in a bracket package, and to solve this replace this division sign with the multiplication sign and convert this 5 by 12 into 12 by 5. You can see that this here it is a 12 by 5. 20 can be cancelled, dividing by 20 with 2, that becomes 10, and dividing 12 by 2, that becomes 6, and dividing 10 by 5 dividing 10 by again 2, it becomes 5, and dividing 6 by 2, here it becomes 3. This process is called cancellation process, and after the simplified form it becomes 23 by 5, and here it becomes 3 by 5. So multiplication, numerators with themselves and denominator with themselves, 23 by 3, that it becomes 69 and 25. And again you have to know a grip on understanding about the LCM, repeating the LCM about the 25 and 2. The multiples of the 25 are 25, 50, 75, 100 and 125, so on, and the multiples of the 2 are 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, so on, and 48, 50, 52. Here you can see that this is not a common multiple here, because we are going to discuss the least common multiple, so we have to start with the lowest multiple. This is the first multiple of 25. It is not common because it's understood that you can see that its last digit is 5, that is an odd number. So to identify this is a trick. You must know that if your last number is not an even number, then it doesn't come in the series of the 2 in the multiples of the 2. So the next number is 0, that is an even number. So it's sure that it will come in somewhere in between the multiples of the 2. So here you can see that 48, then it reaches to 50 and then 52. So 50 is the common, and it is the lowest that is common between 25 and 2. That is already explained, but I'm against explaining because this is a key point. If you don't know about the least common multiple, then it becomes a very tough task for you to solve these type of questions. Then it becomes 50, and that is 5 as it is 2 and multiply by 25 to make it 50. So write it here 25 minus sign as it is 69. Once again 25 is multiplied by 2 to make it 50, and after solving this 25 multiplied by 5 it becomes 125. 69 with 2, that is 138, and here once again negative sign is negative has a greater magnitude, so negative 13 answer, that is 50. Negative can be written here in parallel with the fraction. That is a homework sum available, and this is the last episode. You can see that these are the answers that if you found any difficulties, I'm very hopeful that you can solve all of these questions and without any difficulties. Anyway, if you found any difficult question, any problem, 30 days support is available. You can write comments, you can visit our Facebook page as well, because this page because we always appreciate your suggestions at the Facebook page and your comments and a lot of other stuff we are already posted on Facebook, and we are posting, and so I will always like and recommend you to like and join our groups as well and our Facebook pages to build this community. So anyway, So we discuss further discussion will be continued in the next chapter, so make sure you know and understand these exercises and before joining us in the coming chapter. So take care. Allah Hafiz.